Hello, everyone. Oftentimes, people will tell me that they don't want to go and discover their spiritual aspect of their life because they don't want to get rid of all of their material belongings. They don't want to get rid of their car and their jobs and their clothes and go to a mountain and meditate somewhere. But this couldn't be farther from the truth. Just because you're focusing on spirituality, trying to become enlightened, doesn't mean that you have to get rid of your material goods. We're on the material planet. The material objects are a part of the game. The true path to enlightenment doesn't mean neglecting goods and assets and things that you want. The true path is that you could have any material object, but you shouldn't become attached to it. Because if you're attached to it, if your emotions are attached to it, if you're personally attached to it, that means that you're bounded by something in the material world. But if you're not free, if you're bounded by something, then you cannot claim that you're in nirvana. Attaining true nirvana means that you're not attached to anything, you're not bound to anything. But that doesn't mean that you cannot have stuff. You can still have a car, you can still have a house, you can still have a family, you can have anything that you want. But your main responsibility is to be more focused on the spiritual aspect of your nature than to be attached to all these other things. Because anything can happen at any time. Bad weather could damage your house, you could lose your job, so on and so forth. If you're attached to these things, any of these losses are going to cause you to suffer. And like I said, suffering is the opposite of being in nirvana, being in peace and happiness, and being free from any bondage from anything in the material world. So becoming spiritual, trying to attain enlightenment, doesn't mean that you'll get rid of everything and go live in the mountains and meditate all day long. No. Attaining enlightenment means that you can be at peace and happiness, regardless of whatever the external world throws at you. You are in full control of your mind and your emotions, and nothing can hold you back and nothing can control you. You're allowed to enjoy any material object that you want, but if you allow a material object to impact your emotions, to make you greedy, to make you angry, to make you sad, to make you happy, then that means that you are bounded by that object. And that bondage means no freedom. And no freedom means no nirvana. So my friends, just because you dive into spirituality doesn't mean you need to get rid of your material objects. You can have any material object that you want, but your main goal is not to get attached to it. Because if you get attached to it, then you no longer possess that object. That object possesses you. And you don't want that. You want to be a free person so you can always be at peace and you can always be at happiness and you can be the true director of your life. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in meditation, spirituality, and living a true and meaningful life, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that I can know if these videos are actually helpful.